When you're animating, you don't want your objects to remain at the same speed sometimes. Sometimes you want to have something start out really slow and then ease into a fast speed, and vice versa. Start out really fast and then come to a nice slowdown. And this is called easing in Flash. So easing with a positive value will have your object start out really fast and go slow, and the opposite is true for a negative value. A negative value in easing will slow your object when it starts out and speed it up gradually. So let's go ahead and try this out right now. I'm going to create just a regular oval on the stage here, and I'm going to group these guys together by pressing Command-Control-G on the keyboard. And I'm going to add a keyframe. I'm going to go pretty far out here so we can get a good sense of the speed here at about frame 100. And I'll press F6 on the keyboard. And that gives us our additional keyframe. And I'm going to move the oval to the other side of the stage, like so. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click in the layer name to highlight all of our frames. And we're going to add a motion tween. Now let's return to our first frame here, and let's select the first frame in the timeline. And as you see here, let me move this up a little bit, you have ease. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this off with 100% in a positive value. So when we press play on the keyboard, this is going to show us the effect of easing. So watch, I'll press enter, and it starts to slow down before it gets to frame 100. So that's an example of a positive value on the ease. Now let's go back to our first keyframe once again, and this time we're going to put this value to a negative number all the way to 100. So let's try it again. Let's press enter on the keyboard, and we see it starts out extremely slowly, and here it's going to start to gain momentum. Now, why would you use this feature? Because imagine you have a heavy vehicle or a starship or some other object that has a lot of mass, and it has to take a little time, a little steam to get up to going here. So it starts off very slowly as the engines kick in, and as it gets up to speed, it starts to accelerate. And the opposite can be true of the positive value. I'm going to put this object here at the first keyframe, and we're going to put it at the bottom of the stage on this keyframe. Let's go now and return to our first keyframe, and let's go ahead and increase this ease to 100% again, and imagine that this is a starship that's landing. So it's going to start off pretty fast, and it's going to slow down as the retro boosters kick in, and it slows down as it touches down at the starport.